Hi, welcome back to the channel. I started my career as an engineer, and I remember when I graduated, even 1 year before I graduated, I started thinking about what type of jobs I wanted to take, what type of engineering roles I wanted to take. And at the time, I understood that it was very important to know what are your objectives in a career. And my objectives, I wanted to make as much money as possible. And so at the time, when I graduated, that was 2009, 2008, when I started thinking about my career, there was one particular field where I knew people were having two benefits, two perks. The first was traveling a lot, discovering new places, and the second was making a lot of money even when they were younger, and that was the oil and gas industry. So at the time I entered that hot industry because this was my objective. So today, if you are an engineer, maybe you still at school, you just graduating, or even if you are experienced, you have to understand what is your objective. And I want to share with you today the top 10 engineering roles, the most on-demand engineering roles. And in some of these roles, people are making like more than six figures, sometimes $200,000 a year in the US or in Europe, because it is so trendy today. The same way it was when I started in the oil and gas industry. The same way it was before when you were going into aerospace industries, right? It is because when you look at your times, you always can find those trends. Today, for example, we talk about AI. That's a trend, right? And I want to share with you this because I believe if you are in university right now, or in engineering school, or you're just graduating, or even if you are an engineer and you find yourself struggling to find a job, find yourself struggling to find a high-paying job, or a job that is really very exciting, where you feel like you have some meaning because you bring something to the table, then maybe you should consider these 10 engineering jobs that I'm going to share with you, because you can always find a way to get into that. Sometimes you don't even need a degree. You just need to understand how to train, how to develop the skills, and how to network. And that's how you develop your career. So stay tuned. I'm going to share with you that. But before that, I just want to, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because I share everything that can help you stand out in your career, maximize your career, maximize everything that you will get out of that career, also the money and whatever you can do with that money that you're earning in your career, in your job. So hit that subscribe button if you like this channel, if you like what I'm sharing. And also you can like this channel, share this channel with people who also want to maximize their career, professionals who are ambitious and who want to be fulfilled and to be productive in their careers. So let's come back to it. As I told you, you have to look at the market. You have to learn how to understand the market. Sometimes it's basically just reading the news. Sometimes it's reading reviews, like economic reviews. Sometimes it's just reading Forbes or any magazine that is talking about what's happening. There's a lot of magazines that I read about, all the digital stuff. For example, they tell you about all the trends. You have the magazines about renewable energies. All those are great indicators. They will give you an insight on what is coming up and what is trending. So the first job that I want to share with you is robotics, automation. This is going to be a high demanding jobs, and they pay great money to engineers in those jobs. And when I talk about engineer, I'm not talking about someone just learning and getting a degree and started applying what they learned. I'm talking about someone who's got that engineering approach in that field. Because We use robots more and more and more. Factories are using robots anytime. Like everything that you are using right now, there is automation in it, right? It's using all that computation science behind all that. And so robotics and automation engineers, even already now, are sought after. If you are a good engineer, if you develop your skills in there, if you develop your engineering approach, if you get really an expert on there, you can make huge money, and you will never have to find a job. People will run after you. Robotics and automation engineer, that's the first thing. And there, they don't care about what's your color of skin. They don't care about your background. If you are great at what you do, if you are skilled at what you do, that's what they're looking for. Nothing else. The second type of job that I want to share with you is data science and data analytics engineers. We, with the social media, with the way we do business now, it's all data driven. Every business is analyzing data, and that field is booming. There's a lot of people making double six figure a month being data engineers, being data scientists, because AI is developing so fast. The science of data is becoming more and more crucial. Facebook is making money with your data, basically. So it's so important if you are looking to having a technical career, or a career where you will never going to miss having a job, and you will even be you will have so many demands, if you are good at it. Data and analytics and data scientists, think about it. And you don't even need a degree. Sometimes you can learn with certifications, and you can go through some programs in some companies where they actually test you. Those are new fields, so they're looking for people. No one has 20 years of experience in data. It's not like other fields, so everyone is pretty new. So you can get into there, you can become very good at it, you can focus on that and become an expert in there, and you're going to make huge money. The third thing that I want to share with you is software engineer. Like programmers, for example, they're already making a lot of money in Silicon Valley, and it's never going to stop, because this is now our language, is programming. You might not even know how to read. Let's just think about it. You might not even know how to read, but if you know how to code, how to program, you are well off. That's the first skill that you need in this world. Every company needs a website. Every company is using the internet. Every company needs a presence online. Everything is done through coding. This is a particular job that even now, today, I saw a YouTube channel of someone, getting into, a software engineering in NYC, making $500,000 a year. Even here in Europe, it's the same. People are making huge money in there. So if you're looking into transitioning even in engineering, because you have probably already mathematical skills, you have already scientific skills, it can help you a lot. You can transition there and learn how to code, how to program. And sometimes even people who don't have technical background, they learn how to code themselves, and they get into tech. They get into Facebook, into Google. This is a pretty game opportunity, and they're looking for people because there's a shortage of programmers, of good programmers in those different industries. Example, here in Paris, Google, Facebook, they're looking for programmers, and they're willing to pay you very well if you're good at what you do. And sometimes it doesn't take you to be a genius. It's just to be focused on that, to be willing to do the work and learn and be diligent. Because now with social media and the get rich quick scheme, people think that they don't need to put an effort to develop a skill. because you see on Instagram people telling you, I did this in 2 days. It doesn't work like that. You have to take at least 1 year to learn how to program. There are different languages, but you can do it if you are really serious and really motivated. You don't need to be a genius for that. And it can pay you four times, 6 times, I don't even know. Like, it's crazy. People are making huge amount of money on that. So don't think about it, software engineers. The fifth role that I want to share with you is project engineer. People don't understand the power of project engineering, project management. In every single department, in any great companies, project managers are the ones that are making all the different components stick together. And great companies that succeed in projects like Apple, like Tesla, they are very focused on that because they understand the power of project and management and project engineering. So becoming a project engineer is something that will give you a lot of value in the market. They are sought after. And maybe it's not technical in terms of you don't need to learn how to code, how to program, but it's a specific field that needs technicalities in project management. You can learn it, you can become good at it, you can become an expert at it, and you can make a lot of money. Maybe I already told you that in another video. Is when I started my career, I saw a young project manager who was making 6-figure, and he was the one that told me and decided me to get into project management. And project management has helped me a lot. And now I can work in any different field, any different environment. And I talked and I work with project managers that are making 1,500 euros a day, for example. So project engineering, project management, think about this. That's the 5th job that I wanted to share with you. The number 6 that I wanted to share with you is renewable energy. Oil and gas was the hot topic when I was graduated. And now, if you position yourself well, renewable energy can be a very promising career for you. But you have to be able to target those companies that are really into that. Let's look at Tesla, for example. That's an electric car company. Engineers there are making huge money. You have to be good, of course. People won't hire someone who's not good at what they do. They won't pay you 6-figure, double 6-figure if you're not an expert at what you do. But if you are willing to take the time, you can reap the rewards massively. The 7 I wanted to share with you is environment engineer. This is a niche, right? This is a niche because you will be able to work for top-notch organizations, even some foundations that are putting a lot of money into research or a lot of money into environmental studies or environmental actions. So it's a niche, but if you become good at that, you will have positions that no one will be able to compete with you, because those foundations, they are looking for those environmental engineers that are very good, that are able to stand out, that are able to carry out the project passionately, carry out the project efficiently. If you are able to do that and to get into that field, this is a bingo for you. And don't get me wrong, this is not that hard. Look into it. It's not that hard to get into that field, but you have to be willing to put that plan into action. You have to be willing to do your research. As I say all the time, don't be lazy. If you want that career, we will pay you, multiple 6 figures. You have to do your research. It's like everything in life. 95% of people won't do it, but the 5% who are doing it, they will do it well, and they will reap the rewards. They will make money out of it. The 8th that I wanted to share with you is Biomedical engineer. So health is an industry that is crazy. I mean, doctors in the US, even doctors in other countries, they won't tell you otherwise. The health population is aging in Europe, in US. The population is aging, so health is a hot industry. Now, if you are an engineer in the biomedical field, you are working on those machines, those scan rays. You are working on in those companies that are, manufacturing products for the health industry. And if you are good at it, if you position yourself well, you will be reaping the rewards as well. It's a promising career. The 9th career that I wanted to share with you is mechanical engineer. I know it's kind of like, it's not that hot in certain industry, but if you enter the right industry, for example, if you position yourself as a mechanical engineer in a robotics company, for example, then you will have great opportunities. You will have a great position and you will have a passionate job. Of course, if you stay in, let's say, a car, like a normal manufacturing company, like a car manufacturing company, it can be boring because it's been existing for the last 15 years. So now there's nothing more. But if you look at electric cars coming, if you look at all the electronics like being embarked into the cars, mechanical engineers are not only anymore those engineers that are looking into the way, the curves and the way the material is interacting. Now you interact as well with electronics. And how do you, assemble? How do you make sure that electronics, mechanics, all that fit all together? That's the job of an engineer. And it's a passionate job. Like it's a very interesting job. And also it's going to be more and more high in demand. And also there's another field rising. Maybe you've heard of IoT, Internet of Things. This is where as well you have combination of the wave engineering with all the waves and all the vibration, and also mechanical engineering. And this is where you combine all those things. It's also those fields that are very interesting for mechanical engineers. And those are more and more and more in demand in our society. Now all our objects are connected. So the engineers are in real demand. They need engineers. They need mechanical engineers. And the last one, the 10, is electrical engineers. It's the same. Is now with electronics and all the phones, we need electrical engineers even more than before, because the world is evolving. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I believe that if you are an engineer, don't listen to what people say that engineers don't make money. Engineers can make a lot of money because they have the power of developing an expertise, something that a manager cannot do. But you have to choose your fields wisely. You have to do your research. You have to look at the dynamics of the different engineering fields and decide where you want to go if you want to make a lot of money. And the 10 that I told you are among the ones that will make you the most money as an engineer. It's crazy. You cannot even imagine how much money some people do as engineers. So if I'm helping people, finding the right careers, I'm helping people standing out in their careers, finding their dream jobs. So if you are one of them, I can help you. So there's a link below this video. If you go and you find it, you can book a call with me and I can see how I can help you stand out in your career and get the dream job that you really want, the job that will make you fulfilled, to create that career that will make you really fulfilled. But until then, I'll talk to you in another video. And don't forget, don't be lazy. Don't just watch this video and start dreaming. So watch this video, make your decision, and then start doing your research about the engineering career that you can enter. Even if you don't have a degree, it's still possible. And probably come back here, put in the comment after you've done your research, and if you have other engineering roles in your mind that you think that can help people to develop a career that want to make money, to be in a high demanding job, in a passionate job. I'm always happy for you to share in this channel, because this channel is for people who really want to stand out in their careers, as I said. So I'll talk to you in another video. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.